with music. You just released a single called Backcountry. It's a collaboration with Suicide Year and Dash.
Yep.
And you have a production credit on that. Do you want to continue to produce?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I want to actually learn how to use all the things properly. A lot of my production is just me saying what should change and what I want done, but I don't know how to physically use Ableton or Pro Tools. So that's what I'm trying to learn now, so I can do it in the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just kind of be a little bit more in control.
If I could have control of every little piece of my music, I would. But it's just, I don't want to disrespect any craft by just half-ass doing it. So I'm trying to really learn what I'm doing.
All right. So Summer 16, what's coming up? What do you have planned as far as music goes?
Well, I'm dropping a tape on my birthday. It'll be my 22nd birthday, August 19th. And it's called Music to Be Murdered By, which was originally the title of an album that Hitchcock made in the 50s, but now it's old enough that it's public domain. I can take the name. So I'm just gonna, like, my whole project is just loosely based around that.
You do have, like, I've noticed, like, a little bit of sort of a morbid side almost, I would say. What is that about?
It's like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, like I'm so much suicidal or anything, but it's just, I'm not afraid of death. I'm entertained by it. I'm interested in it because it's inevitable. Like, it's a part of life, and I think we put so much focus on just the life aspect of it, like having soundtracks to our lives and stuff. Like, I need a soundtrack for when I go out. Like, I want to be listening to something cool in the event that I'm in a car crash. Knock on wood.
As you say with a big smile.
I mean,
my goodness. I mean, I have to follow up on that. Where do you think that comes from? Do you feel like that's unique within your family? I know you come from a big family.
Well, it's so much like, I don't think that when we die, like, it's just over. I believe in reincarnation. I think it's just, like, energy doesn't die. It can't die. I think when it's done with this body, it goes somewhere else until it hits another body. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when people have near-death experiences, like, a stillborn happens. So it's just like, I really feel like it's a cycle.
Okay. So therefore it's not scary.
Yeah, it's not that scary.
Okay, that makes sense. We talked to Princess Nokia last month, and a lot of the conversation was about staying independent. She feels like there really is no money in signing. Where are you on that topic?
I think independent is the best route right now. I think the only thing labels can offer you is money. Like, that's really it. I think they're realizing that they are not as necessary in someone's success anymore, because we just want our creative control. And I don't think, if you're really in it for the right reasons, then just becoming like a star and getting awards is not the goal.
Okay. So are you a little bit more open, would you say? Like, it's a possibility, or you just feel like that's not the way for you anymore?
It would have to be a really, really good deal. And by that, I mean not even so much just in money, but just me having all my control, me owning my music, them not being able to just shelf me if they don't like what I'm producing. Like, as long as I have that kind of freedom, then maybe.
Okay. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
All right. So it's like, I feel like it's been like a 5-year debate between the really old heads and the younger generation, like your generation, basically, on the whole topic of lyricism versus just turn up music. And your generation is criticized a lot for not valuing lyrics and that whole thing. What's your take on that?
All right, I'm just going to have to make some people upset. I am so sick of this older generation sometimes with the lyricism shit, because every rapper who was out in the 90s and 80s was not that nice. They were not that nice. I mean, there was, some of the legends, of course, like a lot of our legends are from that time period, but as for the majority, they weren't that nice. And back then, the older generation before them was saying, like, this is BS music too. So I just have to take that. But at the same time, I think a lot of the artists that are out now, not everyone, definitely not the majority, but a lot are really good lyrically. I think lyricism has gotten better over the course of time. I mean, turn-up music has gotten a little worse, but the people who do rap, I think it's getting better.
So you don't see it as a dying art form at all?
No.
Not
I
at
think
all?
now more people are more comfortable being artists. Like, if I tried to tell my parents, if I was this age in the 90s or something, like, oh, I want to be a rapper, they'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I would need a label. But now that you can do everything yourself, you know, I'm here for it. I'm here for the current thing.
So there's just room, it sounds to me like you're saying, for all different kinds of expression.
Definitely.
All right, so staying on that sort of old head sort of perspective, rap's traditionally been about boasting and beefs,
Right.
and back and forth between rappers. So my first question for you, Chynna, is what is your all-time favorite diss record?
It's going to be the Beanie Siegel one.
Okay.
It's not Ether. It's definitely Beanie Siegel against Jadakiss. It might just be because I'm from Philly, but...
And so, yeah, go into that a little bit. Why?
Or maybe... Hold on, didn't Cassidy do one? Max.
Yeah. To me.
Oh, never mind. Okay, no. Then yeah, probably... Alright, but no, it might be Ether. Okay, you know what? As for best diss record, it's Ether. I don't even want to admit that.
Why do you not want to admit that?
Because I wanted it to be the Beanie Siegel one, but that was solely from a Philadelphia standpoint. But Ether is my favorite. Like, I know the words to Ether. Yeah. All of them, pretty much.
What is it about Ether? Because there's other good...
You know, there's other great ones, but it's just... It was just, I felt that. Like, I felt like I got attacked. And I think that's how you should feel. Like, I should be like, oh, like, that hurt me.
Yeah. It was very thorough. He really broke him down from beginning to end, it felt like, for sure. So I guess it kind of connecting back to what I was just saying, do you think that aspect of rap is fading? Do you think like the whole...
Oh, the beef thing?
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not really mad at it. Like, my personal opinion is if I really have a problem with someone, I'm not going to the studio with my problem. Like, at all. I'm not even going to give you 4 minutes of my best work if I don't like you. You know, I don't even give rappers I do like 4 minutes of my work. So it's like, I kind of want that to die. I think it's just kind of like attention seeking for the most part, and it's just like, call somebody.
Okay. Rather than have something turn into like a whole exchange.
Like, yeah, it could really get hurt. Someone could really get hurt.
That's very true. Okay, well, you are born in West Philly. Speaking of beef, Meek Mill is South Philly. And so I want to ask you, what's your take on the biggest beef of, I guess it was 2015, right? Between Meek and Drake. I really was fascinated by the fact that it became this whole meme thing as well. I had never seen that before. So
yeah.
What did you think of all that?
I think that the basis of the beef, Meek was not wrong. All he really did was say, you didn't write your raps, you didn't write the rap that you put on my album, you were one of my favorite rappers. I would feel some way if I got my favorite rapper on a song and then he didn't write the verse for me. I would be upset. At the same time, I kind of could see that it was going to go in Drake's favor, solely off the strength that he's the bigger artist. His fans are a lot more dedicated, hence all those memes and everything. And like, once the internet gets involved, it's pretty much just who's the more popular person.
Yeah, I would say that. I think too, because he has a lot more female fans too.
Yeah,
that made a difference.
Yeah, I just think people don't care about who writes your music anymore.
Do you care?
I care. I think other artists were like, "Wow, that's kind of fucked up." Like, but it was public knowledge. You just don't think to go look at the credits on Drake's music because you would assume that it was Drake.
Do you feel like it's impacted him at all? No.
It has not affected his career whatsoever.
Okay.
Because so many people are so openly saying, we don't care that he didn't write it. Like, it's all about how he performed it. Like, I guess.
Okay. I mean, he's been on the Billboard charts for all summer, basically.
Exactly.
So there you have a good point there. I want to go back to Meek, because is there a big difference, would you say, between your neighborhood and his neighborhood? There, I don't want to assume that it's like basically the same place, because Philly's big.
Philly's big. It's a city of neighborhoods, but it's It's pretty similar as far as like the things he's talking about, for
Okay.
sure. Like the hood is the same everywhere. That's how I feel. But
Okay.
I can always relate to him.
In his music, people will criticize him and be like, "Oh, Meek, you know, your 18th song where you mentioned Rolexes." Do you, like, coming from where he came from? Do you kind of understand what is that about?
I mean, you know, it's just you don't have anything. When you finally get some money, you're gonna, you know, flex it. You're gonna do whatever you want. It's just because we're in the public eye or someone's in the public eye, you just get to criticize every little thing they're doing with their money. And it's just like, would you rather him lie? This is really what he's doing. He wants to go buy some Rolexes, let him buy it. I mean, I'm gonna go buy food. And that's probably what I'm going to talk about. And they're going to tell me, oh, you need to stop eating. Like, keep talking about burgers. Like, you know, just, I'm not that mad at it.
Okay, so it makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Do you, I mean, just sticking on Philly a little bit, gentrification is a massive topic in New York City. Is it different in Philly?
No, gentrified too. Everything just, they go deeper and deeper into the hood every time. Like, a lot of our, like, major colleges, like Temple or UPenn or Drexel, they're all in, like, very hood parts of the city. So they're trying to gentrify around it, which really just means build new houses or put new fronts on the houses, but nothing's really changing about the area. You know, like, I feel like even here, it's like, you know, you can raise the price of rent and everything, but the area itself isn't going to change until you just make it so expensive that those kind of people can't live there anymore. That's like, it's happening in Philly too.
Gotta be honest, woke up this morning, skyline was sunny.